Matt Horton here this afternoon, bringing you all the action from the south of France. It's an absolute pleasure to be here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus this afternoon. Let's run through the two lineups then for this afternoon's game. Catalans come into this on the back of a great victory at the Lee Sports Village last week against Lee. So they have Charlie Staines at fullback, Lenny Marc, Guillermo Aspiro-Biche, Solomon Satae and Leo Darrelatour in the three quarters. The halfbacks Tony Sexton and a familiar face to Oldham fans, Phoenix Laulu-Togaga'e. Up front, Josh Allen, Alrix da Costa and Romain Navarrete. And the back three, Zach Lipowicz, Mathieu Laguerre and Harvey Wilson. On the bench, Chris Satae, Ben Condon, Cruz Leeming and Tiaki Chan. The 18th man for Catalans Dragons this evening is Isaac Fasu-Malawi. Oldham coming to the back of this then after a week off and that victory against Midlands Hurricanes down in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago. Riley Dean is at fullback, Tom Nisbet, Jake Bibby, Ben Davis and Kieran Dixon are in the three quarters. Morgan Smith and a former Catalan player in Josh Drinkwater is at halfback. Up front, Jack Ormondroyd, Matty Wilde and Jaron Purcell, with Matty Ashurst, Ewan Moore and Ryan Lannon in the back three. On the bench, Cole Geyer, Ted Chapelhow, Adam Milner and a return for Ben O'Keefe, and the 18th man is Sam Littler. So the boys travelled out yesterday from Manchester Airport, went in via Barcelona and then a trip up from Barcelona into Perpignan for an overnight stay. There has been plenty of action in the Challenge Cup already as the two sides make their way out onto the field here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Oldham tonight in the change kit of all blue, Catalans in their traditional home shirts for this year of predominantly white with the blood and gold markings and a little bit of blue in there as well this year. James Vella is the match referee this afternoon. Earlier today then, York beat Keighley by 56 points to 10. Warrington beat Goole Vikings 78 points to 10. Hull KR 52-12 winners at the ACU Stadium against Huddersfield. And a little bit closer at the Lee Sports Village where the Leopards got over the top of Hull FC by 16 points to 6. They're underway in half an hour's time at the Wombo Stadium. It's Castleford take on St Helens as James Vella, our match referee, gets us underway here this afternoon, and that is a great start for Oldham. They've got the goal line dropout and they're going to get first chance to put a little bit of pressure on to Catalans at the start of this game. What a start for Oldham. And Sexton goes for the short drop. He goes long this time. It's taken by Smith and it's going to be Jaron Purcell with the first carry. Oldham will start 35 away from the line. Wilde at dummy half. Goes to the right hand side to Jack Ormondroyd. And Ormondroyd is stopped 32 away from the line. Wilde at dummy half to Drinkwater. Here's Morgan Smith to Riley Dean into the line. Quick hands. Here's Dixon down the left hand side. Dixon trying to get away and he's put to ground. 10 away from the line. As Davis at dummy half gets it to Drinkwater. Drinkwater to Wilde. Wilde will drop off to Jaron Purcell. 10 away from the line. Options left and right as Wilde looks up. Goes to the right to Drinkwater. Drinkwater goes short. Crash ball for Ormondroyd and it's come free. And it's going to be ruled a knock on. But the chance has gone for Oldham. What a great start there though to get that goal line dropout and then get first use of the ball. So James Vella, our match referee this afternoon. Not the usual crowds in the Stade Gilbert Brutus this evening. So Catalans will get their first use of the ball with Aspiro-Biche as Alrix da Costa gets into dummy half. Lenny Marc in off the wing for that carry as da Costa at dummy half. Goes to the left hand side and Harvey Wilson. Wilson's put to ground just over the 30 as da Costa waits at dummy half. It's into the hands of Romain Navarrete. As Da Costa at dummy half gets it back to Sexton, looking to find Dixon out of position, but Dixon just stops it on the feet, and it's been ruled a knock on by James Vella. He's ruled that Dixon got the hands to that, and it's a big mistake from the Oldham winger, and Catalan will get a go from 15 metres out here in the first few moments here on Roughheads TV. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We'll have a look and try and get some of the comments very shortly. So Catalan start 15 away from the line. It's Da Costa goes to that left hand side, and PLT for Satae at dummy half. Sexton, good challenge. Quickly out the line was Jaron Purcell there as Wildy. As Da Costa at dummy half comes to this right hand side. Here is Josh Allen. 5 away, first big test of the Oldham defence as Da Costa goes on his own, short to Navarrete. Good cover defence again with Ormond Droyden. As Sexton has a go, he's 5 away from the line. Last tackle for the Dragons then. As Da Costa tries to stink one from dummy half, but again Oldham defence up to it, but they'll start right on their own line here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. There's Wildy at dummy half. Catalans coming quickly off the line. Aspiro Bichet leading the way there as Wildy to Kieran Dixon. As Oldham with Riley Dean then get just short of the 20 metre line. Wildy waits at dummy half. It's a pleasant evening here in the south of France. Still a little bit of snow on the mountains as well in the distance as Wildy at dummy half gets it to Ryan Lannon, and Lannon gets just over the 30. Wants a quick play the ball. Last tackle as Wildy gets it back to Drinkwater, goes high, looking to test Charlie Staines. It is Staines who collects, and he's put to ground on the 30 metre line here. As Catalans look to counter with Lenny Marc to this right hand side. Oldham need to be solid. As Zach Lipowicz with the carry that time, as Da Costa infield to Sexton to PLT, and PLT wrapped up quickly and well by Ewan Moore as Da Costa goes to that left hand side. Late offload finds Satae, and Satae 10 short of halfway. Good defensive set from Oldham. It's last tackle for Catalans Dragons as Sexton goes high into centre field, and Riley Dean's lost it, but it's gone backwards, and Nisbet will pick up, and Oldham escape there as Nisbet's put to ground on the 20 metre line. Early moments here as Bibby with the carry. As Ewan Moore down that right hand side. Wildy 10 short to halfway, spots the markers not square, goes for a little scoot, comes into centre field to Ormond Droyd with the footwork will get just short of halfway. It's Wildy at dummy half, goes to the right to Smith. Here's Dean into the line, quick hands to Nisbet, chance here for Tom Nisbet, puts the kick over, foot race, Riley Dean's there, Riley Dean collects, and it's going to be a penalty. He's ruled a push in the back by Riley Dean, but a great break down that right hand side, and Oldham denied as Riley Dean ruled to have put some hands into the back of Charlie Staines, and Catalans will get to clear their lines. Thank you for joining us here as Catalan bring the ball out from their own end. Yeah, for those who've been looking at the BBC website, the kickoff is 6:30 local, so we are just coming up to 20 to 7 here in the south of France as Ulrich da Costa waits at dummy half. Goes to that left-hand side. As da Costa comes to the right to Sexton. Here's PLT into the line, but he's wrapped up on the last tackle. Sexton again is going to put the kick up for Aspuro Bishir. Here comes Dixon. It's batted back into the hands of Riley Dean, and Oldham survive again. Drinkwater at dummy half. Gets it to Dixon. And Dixon's put to ground. 10 away from the line. Good evening to Lauren Hughes and John Brophy, who've joined us here on Roughheads TV. On the feed from the south of France in this Betfred Challenge Cup game. Still Catalans 0, Oldham 0, if you're just joining us. As Asher down that left-hand side. It's Wildy at dummy half. To Ryan Lannon. And Lannon straightens up. Good, powerful run from Ryan Lannon. Last tackle. Wildy waits at dummy half. Goes to the right to Smith. Smith will find the grass. As Lenny Marc gets there. Goes crossfield. How good's the chase? It's not too bad. And Catalans will start just outside the 20 as PLT gets into dummy half. Puts those electric feet on and gets a good one from Kieran Dixon and just knocks him off balance and he's put to ground. And a penalty from James Feller. Second penalty of the night for Catalans Dragons after the Riley Dean push. Very, very short. And they'll start on halfway here at the Stars Gilbert Brutus. As Sexton gets it to Josh Allen. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Here's Sexton again to Romain Navarrete. And Catalan are 15 away from the line. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Comes to this right hand side. Sexton again goes short. Offload back to Sexton. Here is Aspuro Bishir out of the back. And here's Lenny Marc. And Catalan have scored. First try of the afternoon. Ball moved out to that right hand side. Oldham just caught for numbers. And it's Lenny Marc who gets in at the corner. And Catalans lead by 4 points to 0 here on Roughheads TV. So Toby Sexton has the kicking duties this evening for the Catalans Dragons. It's right on this right hand touchline here on the main stand side of the Stars Gilbert Brutus. Oldham defending the swimming pool end of the ground. There's a swimming pool in that building behind where the goal line is there at the moment. So here is Sexton then, chance to extend it to 6-0, kicks on its way. It's got chances, you know, it's got chances. And the flags are up here at the Stars Gilbert Brutus in the 4th round of the Betfred Challenge Cup, here live on Roughheads TV with Matt Horton. And it's the Catalan Dragons 6, Oldham 0. As we're back underway, here is Da Costa. Gets it to Josh Allen. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Here's Navarrete this time for the Catalans Dragons. Oldham tonight in the blue kit. He's had an outing at Salford in the first game of the season. As the Dragons get 5 short of halfway. It's Da Costa at dummy half. getting a lot of ball at the moment is Zach Lipowicz, and he gets 5 inside. Last tackle as Da Costa gets it back to Sexton, and again the high kick is the plan from the Dragons. Riley Dean now has plenty of time to take that in, and Dean is put to ground 15 away from the line as Bibby waits at dummy half, comes to the left and Nisbet. Tom Nisbet running to a brick wall there, led by Matthew Laguerre. Oldham, all players all appealing for a penalty. Ruck very slow as Dixon makes good meters, gets just over the 30. Wildy at dummy half, to the left to Ashurst, and Ashurst is put to ground just short of the 40. Wildy waits at dummy half, comes to this left hand side and Drinkwater tries to get Ben Davies free but can't. Last tackle on halfway. Dixon at dummy half gets it back to Morgan Smith, and Smith's kick is straight down the throat of Charlie Staines, and Charlie Staines has come up with the error, and Oldham are going to get great field position to try and get back into this game. 26:40 left in this first half. Still Catalan Dragons 6, Oldham 0 here on Ruffyheads TV, live from the Stade Gilbert Brutus in the south of France. So what can Oldham do from here? They've breached that Catalan Dragons line once with the break from Nisbet when Riley Dean was very unlucky to be penalised. So we'll pack this scrum. It's Wildy from the base, goes to Ben Davies, and Davies gets through the first tackle, and eventually the cover comes. 10 away from the line, huge chance now for Oldham. Here is Ashurst. Ashurst with the carry gets 3 away from the line. Wildy at dummy half, goes to the right to Jaron Purcell, offload to Smith, quick hands, gets to Bibby. Bibby tries to get away and can't. Bibby's got away, Bibby's still going, and he's put to ground. 3 in from that right hand touchline. Nisbet waits at dummy half. Morgan Smith will go short to Ryan Lannon, and Lannon is held up 10 away from the line as Wildy waits at dummy half. Switch move comes as Smith gets it to Drinkwater, goes short to Ashurst. Ashurst's offload has only fallen into the hands of Espuro Bichet, and the chance has gone for the men from Oldham. As Darrelatour, who made a short notice debut for the Catalan Dragons last week with the carry. As Catalans look to go from deep with PLT. Da Costa at dummy half, goes that left hand side to Zach Lipowicz. Da Costa again finds PLT up the short side. PLT with the feet, we know how dangerous he can be. Plenty of tries in his Oldham career, but it's good defence from Oldham, and Catalan will kick from just inside their own 40 with Sexton as Dixon waits, and Dixon comes up with the error, and it's not a good night for catching balls at the moment. That's 3 that's been put down now. Dixon's put 2 down, Charlie Staines has put 1 down, and Catalan have been gifted field position again by a mistake. And they'll have a scrum in centre field, 12 away from the line. It is a cold, cold night here in the south of France. Don't believe it's warm. Don't believe you get a warm game when you come here. It's not true, as PLT gets it out to Fatape. Good defence from Oldham. Here's PLT again to Sexton. Josh Allen with the carry this time. And Allen's put to ground, 6 away from the line. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Looks one way, comes to the right to Sexton. Sexton's forced to change direction as PLT gets it to Charlie Staines. And Staines is going to be wrapped up 10 away from the line. Riley Dean getting that defence organised as Da Costa at dummy half tries to short side, and PLT. And PLT wrapped up. Set restart. It's probably for a late tackle, not quite sure. But Oldham have got more defending to do as Da Costa waits at dummy half. Pops it up short to Navarrete. Romain Navarrete is just held short by Riley Dean as Da Costa has a habit of trying to sneak himself, but will pass this time to Sexton on the bounce, to Staines to Aspiro Bichet, gets it out to Marc for a second one, and Lenny Marc gets his second try of the game, 18 minutes on the clock, and it's a second try for Lenny Marc, but what a pass from Guillermo Aspiro Bichet, superb pass out of the back of the hand, and the finish is spectacular in at the corner, and Catalans Dragons lead by 10 points to 0. Good evening to Frank and Jean listening in from Cornwall.
Well, it needs to be a head injury to get the dock over before he comes off, or we'll burn a change.
So here is Sexton then. The Oldham doctor's just run in front of Toby Sexton. There is an issue. I think it's Ewan Moore. So Toby Sexton's going to get another go at lining this kick up. He was successful from here first time. Sexton with the kick, looks good again, and it's just been waved away. So 10-0 here at the Stars Gilbert Brutus in this Betfred Challenge Cup. Good evening to the two Kierans. As we get back underway here at the Stars Gilbert Brutus. Da Costa at dummy half. Here is Navarrete. Da Costa at dummy half. The Sexton to Laguerre. Oldham have made a change. Ewan Moore has gone off, hoping it is just an HIA. It's Da Costa at dummy half. Charlie Staines on the short pass. Last tackle. It's with Sexton. Sexton decides to run, gets it to Laguerre, and Laguerre has got it out to Aspiro Bichet. Danger here, it's dropped it onto the boot, and here's Lenny Marc, and Lenny Marc's put it down for a hat-trick. Not really quite sure what's gone on there, and James Fella's going to point to the spot, and Lenny Marc has got a hat-trick inside 21 minutes here. A right schmozzle there, Aspiro Bichet put a little kick through, the ball's ricocheted off a few legs, and Lenny Marc is the first to react, and Oldham are now trailed by 14 points to 0. Good evening to the OL4 casual, Steve Brown. Nice opinion on the referee. Wayne Fletcher, evening Wayne. So we'll try and get some news on Ewan Moore as soon as possible. So here is Toby Sexton. He's had 3 kicks from exactly the same spot at the moment. Here is Sexton then. Kicks on its way. Now he's pushed this one across the face of the post. So it is Catalan Dragons 14, Oldham 0 here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus in the south of France. 17 minutes left. 17 and a half minutes left in this first half. Not an accurate timer tonight for mine. There is, I can't see the game clock, so I'm just relying on my own timing at the moment.
Alright, so if he fails it, we'll put the Leeming back on, yeah, and he'll have to go in the back row.
As Catalan again struggle with the kick-off, and that's a second kick-off error from Catalan's Dragons, and Oldham are going to get a chance to get back in this game, and they do really need to get their next score in this game if they're going to get anything from it tonight. So here's this scrum, 10 away from the line. Big chance here as Wildy goes to the right hand side to Jake Bibby, trying to get on the outside of Satae. And a penalty for Oldham, first one of the game. And Oldham think we're going to try and do the scrum again. They are going to do the scrum again, because under the rules of the game now, if there's another penalty here, somebody's off to the sin bin. So Oldham will repack the scrum in centre field then. They're going to try the same move. We will see. As Wildy goes to the right. They do go to the right to Bibby, but again Satae there to bring him to ground. So Oldham will go 10 out, 10 in from the right hand touchline. Wildy at dummy half to Morgan Smith, a shooter from the defensive line. Just a little bit too slow as Wildy at dummy half waits. Milner's the dummy runner. Morgan Smith to Drinkwater. Here's Riley Dean into the line, and Dean is wrapped up 5 away from the line. Wildy waits at dummy half, goes to the right hand side. Not enough momentum there as Wildy to the right, gets it to Morgan Smith, needs runners, gets it to Bibby. Bibby, can he get on the outside? Can he get the arm free? He's heading towards the touchline, but does well to stay in as Nisbet waits at dummy half. Gets it back to Morgan Smith on the last tackle. That's a charge down, and it's ended up in the hands of Solomon Satae, and Catalans survive. Here is Leo Darrelatour in off the wing. Catalans look to make a couple of changes. Tiaki Chan and Chris Satae about to get into the game. Alrix da Costa is one of them, and they're going to go from deep with Laguerre. Here's as Leeming gets out there as well. As Sexton with the kick inside the 40. Riley Dean's got it covered though, takes on the full, sets off back into centre field and slips on the surface. It isn't the best surface here. Smith at dummy half. Nisbet in off the wing to help out. The Catalan announcer very enthusiastic. As Wildy waits at dummy half. As Milner out the back to Drinkwater. Here's Dean, gets it to Davis. Davis with the dummy. Davis tries to go, just can't get the arm free. Last tackle, Oldham a couple short, halfway. Here is Morgan Smith. Everyone's offside to the left. Kick goes low. It's taken on the full by Staines. Staines sets off back. Ashurst leads the way, and Ashurst will bring him to ground just short of the 40-metre line. Here is the hat-trick man, Lenny Marc. As Leeming waits at dummy half, goes to the left-hand side to Sexton. Here is PLT to Satae down that left-hand side, and Solomon Satae will fall just inside the Oldham half as Leeming again at dummy half. to Sexton. Drops it off to Chris Satae, the former Hull FC player. He's 12 inside the half as Leeming looks one way, goes the other to PLT. Here's Charlie Staines into the line. Staines flings the offload. It's been dropped by Satae and the chance has gone, and there's a little bit of afters here. Everybody's come running in. Somebody's not happy. It's Charlie Staines who isn't happy. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. The touch judge on this near side's gone running in. Don't know what he's seen. He's on completely the opposite side of the pitch. So something here for James Vella to sort out. Where Catalans still lead by 14 points to 0 here this evening. I think we are just going to come back for the scrum. I'm not too sure there's going to be time off is called by James Vella. 12:45 left in this first half. James Vella just calling out Matty Wildy and Tom Nisbet. I'm not really sure anything is going to come of this. Tom Nisbet's trying to stake his case. James Vella's looking for a Catalan player to have a chat to. Toby Sexton's gone for first look. And it's the winger, Leo Darrelatour, who's going to get a chat to as well. Not sure Leo's English is that good. Although he did do an interview on Sky last week after the game. He was drafted in really, really late. And decision is just going to be a handover. So Oldham will start 10 away from their own line as Milner plays it to Wildy. Here's Jaron Purcell. It's Wildy at dummy half to Ryan Lannon, who's moved into the second row after the departure of Ewan Moore. It's Wildy at dummy half. Ted Chapelhouse out there as well now as Oldham look to go from deep. It's worked. Here's Davis, gets it to Dixon. Dixon gets the burners on. Kieran Dixon, just gets ankle tapped. And Kieran Dixon, I think he's gone down injured and he's lost it as he's gone to ground as well. So Catalan will get a scrum on halfway. 11 minutes left in this first half. I make it still 14-0 to Oldham at the moment. Please keep it nice in the comments. Yeah, it's 11:44 left in the half as we'll pack this scrum 5 short of halfway. Sexton feeds and Leeming from the base finds Solomon Satae, and Satae's put to ground. 2 inside the Oldham half. Leeming waits at dummy half. Here is Chris Satae on the charge, and Chris Satae is a big human, and penalty for Catalans. Third one they've got in this half. For a reef. They've also had a 6 again as well of Catalans, and they're going to run it. Referee's not quite ready. There's Leeming then to Charlie Staines. It's Leeming at dummy half, goes to that left hand side, and Sexton switch move. And it's going to be dropped by a Spuro Bichet, but I think there's an Oldham hand in there first. It's not, and it's going to be an Oldham scrum, and a Spuro Bichet, who's laid on 3 tries for Lenny Marc, has come up with the error. Ben O'Keefe is about to get out there. It's Wildy from the base of the scrum, and Ben Davis has just dropped it. And it's yet another error. And it's just gifting Catalans Dragons field position here in the south of France. Inside the last 10 minutes, just coming up to 10 minutes left here in the first half. Catalans Dragons 14, Oldham 0, live here on Roughheads TV with Matt Horton. Leeming from the base of the scrum, goes through the left hand side, and Solomon Satae finds Leeming. Leeming runs across field to Sexton. Sexton drops off to Laguerre in centre field. Leeming at dummy half, goes to the left hand side to Harvey Wilson, and Wilson's offload, and they are a metre short of the line as Leeming at dummy half comes to the left hand side to Sexton. Here is PLT. PLT gets it out for Laulu, and Darrelatour gets in at the corner through the hands. Sexton to PLT to Solomon Satae, and it's Leo Darrelatour who gets in at the corner, and Catalans lead by 18 points to 0 here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Good evening to Ian Butterworth, who's listening in Shrewsbury. Dave Murgatroyd is with us as well. Marie Farrell has joined us. Cutting out the errors would help. I do agree with some of the comments that are coming on the YouTube feed at the moment. Thank you for joining us here on Roughheads TV, live in the south of France, here on Roughheads TV. Historic first meeting between the two clubs then. Toby Sexton is 1 from 3 off the boot, but to be fair to him, every kick's been on a touchline. So here is Sexton then. Here he comes, right footed, trying to curl it round, and he's curled it round just enough, and Toby Sexton goes 2 from 4. So as we approach half time here, it is Catalans Dragons 20, Oldham 0. We get back underway again, kicking away from Satae this time. Quite the sensible thing to do, if you ask me. As Tiaki Chan brings it back. Leeming at dummy half to Harvey Wilson. Catalan Dragons players appealing for a penalty. It's Leeming at dummy half. Here is Chris Satae. Leeming at dummy half. Goes short for Charlie Staines. It's Leeming at dummy half. Jumps out. Good quick hands. Here's danger. Here's PLT. And PLT wrapped up by Bibby, and then Riley Dean has to come in to finish him off on the last tackle. Dean's out of position as Leeming at dummy half. They'll come to this right hand side with Satae. Satae on the rumble. Satae for the line. And Chris Satae gets a 5th Catalans Dragons try of the half. And the former Hull man crosses, and Catalans Dragons lead by 24 points to 0. Just got on too much of a roll there. Just easily broken up through the ruck. And Chris Satae, the man who rumbles over, and Catalans lead by 24 points to 0. They're just underway at the One Ball Stadium as well, where St Helens lead Castleford by 6 points to 0 as well. So here is Sexton, 2 from 4 off the boot so far. As Sexton then, with the kick, sticks the flags up here. We're approaching half-time. 4:50 left in this first half, and Oldham trail by 26 points to 0. As Josh Drinkwater gets us back underway again. As Aspiro Biche collects, and the Oldham chase is good and forces him back into a carry. As Leeming at dummy half. Here's Tiaki Chan. He's put to ground on the 30-metre line as Leeming waits at dummy half. Sexton to the right to Laguerre. Aspiro Biche at dummy half. Infield to Sexton going across the line. Finds PLT, and PLT to Fatale. Fatale's got Darrelatour on the outside, and Darrelatour's got away. Powell back on the inside. Chance here, oh, he just lost his footing. And Riley Dean's there to bring him to ground. Oldham need to hang on here. They go to the left-hand side with PLT, and PLT's got in for a try against his former club. It's another Catalans try. It's all come from a breakdown that left-hand side. Oldham just couldn't get the scramble on. And it's PLT who's got in for the try. And it's Catalans Dragons 30, Oldham 0. And PLT with a try against the club he had 2 seasons with, but that's just the pace of a Super League side there. Just got on the roll. Oldham just caught round the rope, just a little bit too slow to get anything there. And then down that left-hand side, Darrelatour with a break. Did really well to stop him. Did well to stop Zach Lipowicz, but then quickly from Leeming to PLT, and PLT gets in for his first try in Catalans Dragons colours. Good evening to Gerard McDermott as Sexton misses the kick. 2 from 6 off the boot for Toby Sexton at the moment. Just coming up to 1 minute 50 left in this first half then. Need to make sure that we don't concede again before half time. It's Catalan Dragons 30, Oldham 0 here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. If only we'd have got that first try when Riley Dean was ruled to have pushed Charlie Staines in the back. Here's Tiaki Chan with the carry. Oldham need to hang on now as we get towards the last minute of this first half, as Leeming at dummy half to Harvey Wilson. Here's Lipowicz. Leeming at dummy half. And Catalan are looking to try and strike again before half-time as Charlie Staines looks to get on the outside of Davis but can't. Set restart. Aspiro Biche at dummy half to Sexton. Sexton going across. Oldham really need to hang on now as Leeming waits at dummy half. Comes to the left-hand side to the wrecking ball. That's Chris Satae. 35 seconds left in the half. Leeming to the right to Sexton. Goes short this time. As Leeming waits at dummy half. Goes to that left-hand side. Another set restart. Oldham really need to hang on now. 18 seconds, 17. Satae's 2 metres short. Just need to hang on. It's Leeming at dummy half. Gets it back to Sexton, flings it to the left to PLT. There goes the siren. PLT. It's going across and PLT is going to be wrapped up. And that is going to be it. Half time here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus in this fourth round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Not going the way of Oldham at the moment. They trail by 30 points to nil. A hat-trick inside the first 19 minutes for Marc, and then further tries from Leo Darrelatour, PLT and Chris Satae for the home side. Toby Sexton having an off night with the boot. He's only kicked 3 from 6. So that's it. Half-time here in the Stade Gilbert Brutus in the south of France. It is Catalans Dragons 30, Oldham 0. Stay with us, we'll be back with a second half in about 10 minutes time. And welcome back to the second half here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus as Oldham take on Catalans Dragons in this fourth round tie of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Matt Horton in the south of France for you this evening. Thank you to everybody who has joined us on the YouTube feed, including Toby Sexton's father-in-law, I believe now. Good evening to everybody who's here. Stephen McLean, we're worried about his bet. That's fair enough. Ian Wilson is with us. Jean has made a point about Super League and full-time as Oldham will get first use of the football in this second half with Jaron Purcell. As Wildy waits at dummy half. Ryan Lannon gets it out of the back. Oldham looking to put the shift on early. Down that left-hand side with Ben Davies, but the Catalan Dragons get the cover there. It's Morgan Smith to Matty Ashurst. In these early moments of this second half. Forgot to set my watch off again. It's not very good, is it? Do it now. So Oldham in their first carry of this second half. They'll get 5 short of halfway as Wildy at dummy half to Morgan Smith. Riley Dean into the line, looks to put the dummy on and get away. It's a good first set of the half from Oldham. They've made their way over halfway as Wildy gets it back to Morgan Smith, and Morgan Smith's gone high. Oldham have got the breeze behind them in this second half. He's been allowed to bounce, and it's a great opening set of the half from Oldham. Catalan will start 10 away from their own liners. Charlie Staines gets it to Darrelatour. As Mathieu Laguerre with the carry this time. Leeming waits at dummy half. Goes to the right hand side to Chris Satae. He has been an absolute wrecking ball since getting out there, and again 1, 2, 3 Oldham defenders can't get him to ground either as Leeming looks to jump from dummy half, gets it back on the inside to Tiaki Chan. Last tackle, 5 short of halfway as Leeming at dummy half, gets it back to Sexton, goes high, one for Riley Dean to chase, and Dean's lost it backwards, and Oldham with Bibby. And Oldham look to bring it away. No Kieran Dixon out there for the second half. Bibby's moved on to the wing as Riley Dean takes it in just beyond the 20-metre line as Wildy waits at dummy half. Here is Jaron Purcell. And Purcell gets over the 30-metre line, falls just the other side of the line. Oh, come on, penalty, yes! First penalty of the half goes the way of Oldham. From our referee this afternoon, James Vella. The Oldham team is Riley Dean, Tom Nisbet, Jake Bibby, Ben Davies, Kieran Dixon, Morgan Smith and Josh Drinkwater at half back. Up front, Jack Ormondroyd, Matt Wildy, Jaron Purcell, Matty Ashurst, Ewan Moore, who left the field in the first half, and Ryan Lannon on the bench, Cole Geyer, Ted Chapelhow, Adam Milner and Ben O'Keefe for Alan Kilshaw's men this evening here in the south of France, where we've just gone through 7:30 local as Wildy gets it to Chapelhow. As Wildy at dummy half, comes to the right to Jaron Purcell. as Lipowicz just inside the 20. Goes to that left-hand side. Out the back from Milner to Drinkwater. Here's Riley Dean. Gets it out to Davis. Ben Davis for the corners. Met by 1, 2, 3 Catalan defenders. 5 away from the line then. Oldham. It's Ashurst. Gets it back to Smith. Here is Wildy. Quick hands from Riley Dean. Through the hands to Nisbet from O'Keefe. Nisbet drops it onto the boot. And that's an error. Surely that's an error. Oldham have got it up. And we're going to come back for the first knock on, which I think James Feller's going to rule against Oldham. It looked like it was a Catalan with the first one. What's the decision going to be? It is going to be Oldham ball. And they're going to get a go from 10 out. I'm going to say it. The way he's put the signal on there, James Feller, it looked like he'd not given it to Oldham. So, pressure at the start of this second half then from Oldham here on Roughieads TV. Matt Horton at the Stade Gilbert Brutus for this evening's game. As Oldham then 10 away from the line as Wildy pops it up to Morgan Smith. Morgan Smith dummies and goes, and he's 5 away from the line. It's Wildy at dummy half to Ryan Lannon, and Lannon will just surrender. 5 away from the line. Wildy waits. Comes to the right. Chapel High was the lead runner. And just a little bit too slow that this time as Riley Dean's wrapped up easily. As Wildy waits at dummy half. Comes to that right hand side. Here's Jaron Purcell with the carry. Jaron Purcell is 2 metres from the line. Wildy waits at dummy half. Goes to the right to Morgan Smith. Smith with a dummy. Smith with a step and a spin, but Leeming's just managed to grab hold of him. Morgan Smith keeps the legs driving. Not gone to ground. Last tackle. Wildy at dummy half. Back to Drinkwater. Drinkwater pops it out to Dean. Chance in the corner and they're in. Oh no, the flag's gone up. Jake Bibby's been denied. Down that left hand side. Touch judge has got the flag up. And it looked like Oldham had made the perfect start to the second half. But they've been denied by the touch judge on that far side, who's ruled that Jake Bibby has put a foot into touch, and Oldham have been denied. 6 minutes gone in this second half, just coming up to 6 minutes gone in this second half, and Catalans have the ball back. They'll start 10 away from their own line with Charlie Staines. And the back's coming in to do a little bit of work. Guillermo Aspirobiche. Probably one of the finds of the season last year. Here is Solomon for Tarpe. Leeming at dummy half. Comes to the left hand side. Ball back on the inside and a break. Chance here for the Catalan Dragons with Staines. Got Leeming on the inside. Cruz Leeming stops, goes, stops, and Nisbet gets back there. Riley Dean gets there and brings him to ground. 10 away from the line. Catalans on the charge. Darrelatour gets it to PLT. Ball's moved wide. Here is Aspirobiche. He's laid 3 tries on for Lenny Marc already. Last tackle. It's back with Sexton. Sexton drops it onto the boot, and it's going to be picked up by an Oldham player, and that is going to be play on. Play the ball is quick. There's Davis with the carry. Good defence, good survival skills there from Oldham. There's Ashurst with the carry now. Wildy waits at dummy half. Comes to the right hand side to Milner. Milner's not happy. A little bit slow to his feet as Wildy. To Jaron Purcell. Last tackle. Oldham 35 away from their own line as Wildy kicks out a dummy half. Stacks up nicely though for Charlie Staines, and Staines sets off back and he'll be put to ground. 8 short of halfway here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Here's Aspirobiche, and they get 5 short of halfway as Leeming at dummy half. Gets it in field. It's Leeming again at dummy half. We're back on. Apologies for the sound delay. There's Leeming at dummy half. Comes to the left hand side to Sexton. Sexton tries to find a way through but can't. last tackle. Leeming at dummy half. Leeming gets the ball away. Chance here, back on the inside. And it is Cruz Leeming who's going to get the first try of the second half. 8 minutes gone. Too easy that for the Catalans Dragons. Goes through a huge gap. And it's Cruz Leeming who gets the try. And Catalans lead by 34 points to 0. Apologies for those sound delays. Just a little bit of a technical issue at our end, but we are back here on Ruffiads TV. Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to join us here this evening. There is another score. It is 34-0 at the moment, with a kick to come from Toby Sexton. Cruz Leeming with that try for the Catalans Dragons. A 7th try of the evening for the home side. And here is Sexton then. It's the easiest kick he's had all night, to be fair to him. It's 3 from 6. He's about to go 4 from 7. Sexton then takes a step back, comes towards the ball and sticks the flags up here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus in this 4th round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. It is Catalans Dragons 36, Oldham 0.
Ça passe pour les dragons catalans, transformation réussie par le numéro 6, arrivé par Dumont et Fils, le numéro de Horton, Toby Sexton.
So Toby Sexton with that conversion as Josh Drinkwater gets us back underway. Spiro Bichet underneath, and here comes Tiaki Chan from the back fence. Just short of the 20-metre line, 20 in from that right-hand touch as Leeming at dummy half. Gets it to Ben Condon, who's out there now. Late offload. Ball's hit the deck. They go to that right-hand side with Spiro Bichet. Leeming at dummy half. To Sexton. Here's Tiaki Chan. Oldham defence pretty quick that time. As Leeming at dummy half goes to the right hand side, and Charlie Staines. Leeming down that right hand side with Sexton. As they're put to ground on the last tackle, Sexton goes high, cross field. Ball's been allowed to bounce. And it's PLT who gets there first, but he's wrapped up. And it will be a turnover, 10 away from the line. And you can't give PLT a chance like that. As Jack Ormondroyd gets back out there for the Ruffiads. Ryan Lannon, who's gone for a breather, but Oldham starting at the wrong end of the field again, 10 away from their own line. Wildy at dummy half. Nesbitt in off the wing to help out. Wildy to Jaron Purcell. There's Wildy, and that's going to be an incorrect play of the ball, and it's going to give Catalans A1 field position. He's fallen over. It's Ted Chapelhout who's gone off. Ryan Lannon's still out there, but Jack Ormondroyd is back out there. Matty Wildy trying to protest to James Vella, but he's not going to change his mind. And Catalans will start 32 away from the line with Leeming. Chan with a carry. Put to ground on the 20-metre line. Could have been a set restart that, as Sexton goes short to Chris Satae. And again, 3 people to bring Chris Satae to ground. Leeming waits at dummy half. Comes to the left to Sexton. Here is PLT. PLT goes short. Chance here for Lipowicz. and Lipowicz gets in. Much too easy, just run a straight line. 8th try of the game for the Catalans Dragons, and it's Zach Lipowicz who gets this one. PLT with the money ball, simple shift to the left, just a sheer numbers game. Zach Lipowicz runs hard and straight and gets through the Oldham defence, and the Catalans Dragons lead by 40 points to 0. So here is Toby Sexton, 10 in from this left-hand side. Togaga'e is out there now. He's going to get some game time here in the south of France as Sexton misses the kick here. He's not had a good night with the boot. It is Catalans Dragons 40, Oldham 0. Andrew, no, you weren't the only person who thought this game kicked off at 6:30 p.m. The 6:30 p.m. kick-off time was local down in the south of France as Drinky gets us back underway. And here comes Tiaki Chan from the back fence. Togaga'e is out there now for Oldham. It's just a question of making sure that whoever it is needs to win the bet. They're on the verge at the moment, unfortunately. There's Leeming at dummy half. Comes to PLT. Oh! Out the back. Good shot from Nisbet. It's PLT at dummy half. To Leeming. Leeming going across field. Finds Sexton. Here's Staines into the line. Gets it to Espiro Bichet, who manages to tackle himself. 10 inside the Oldham half. 10 in from that right-hand touchline. There's Marc at dummy half. Here is Leeming to PLT. Good quick hands. Here's a chance for Condon, and Condon can't hang on, and Oldham have got it back, and it's Togaga'e who collects the ball. Smith at dummy half to Nesbitt. There's Geyer at dummy half. Here is Ryan Lannon. Geyer again at dummy half. Oh, bit of a juggle from Jack Ormondroyd, but he manages to collect the ball. Geyer at dummy half, up the short side to Morgan Smith. Here is Nisbet again. He's got it away. Chance here is Wildy to Drinkwater. Goes short this time to Ashurst, and he's put to ground 10 short of halfway. It's Geyer at dummy half. Scoots away, gets 10 metres upfield. Good run from Togaga'e. Last tackle for Oldham then. To the left to Morgan Smith. Smith goes high. Tester here for Charlie Staines, and Staines collects, and he's immediately wrapped up by the chase of Ryan Lannon and Tom Nesbitt. PLT at dummy half. Gets it to Solomon for Satae. In fact, it's Darrelatour with the carry. There's Leeming. Josh Allen's back out there. And here is Navarrete this time, so both starting props have been switched again by Joel Tompkins as they go to the right hand side as Sexton. Here is Laguerre down that right hand side. Mathieu Laguerre to Condon. Condon this time will play it. Here's Leeming from dummy half. Leeming's long ball to Lenny Marc. Marc passes it back in field, but only straight to Josh Drinkwater, and Drinkwater sets off upfield and will get to the 30-metre line and Oldham survive. As Riley Dean gets it to Ben Davis. As Gaia to Wildy. Oldham looking to attack from deep with Morgan Smith. But Smith wrapped up and put to ground on the 30-metre line as Gaia waits at dummy half. Comes to this right-hand side and Riley Dean. And Dean tries to fight away from the attention of Navarrete but can't. It's Gaia at dummy half to Wildy. Goes short for Jaron Purcell. Offload on the bounce. Finds Milner. Milner to Smith. Smith drops it off to Ryan Lannon and Oldham have got 10 short of halfway. Last tackle, says James Vella as Gaia at dummy half. Gets it back to Drinkwater. High, spiralling, horrible kick from Josh Drinkwater and Charlie Staines. Safe under that high ball and looks to counter quickly. Gets it to this left-hand side to Darrelatour. Slow ruck as PLT at dummy half. Whoa! What a shot! What a shot from Jack Ormondroyd. He's lined up Leo Darrelatour there and didn't miss. It's the tackle of the night so far. It's Lenny Marc in off the wing then. It's Leeming. Pops it up to Josh Allen. As Leeming waits at dummy half. Here is Romain Navarrete. Navarrete right up the guts of the Oldham defence. Gets it to PLT. PLT trying to get away from Riley Dean, and Dean's done really well. Gets the offload though to Charlie Staines. Staines for the line will score. And Oldham have conceded again. Just short of 60 minutes on the clock. And it's the fullback Charlie Staines who gets the try. The break initially came from Romain Navarrete. Got it to PLT. PLT with the offload. And Charlie Staines is the man there to cross. And Catalans Dragons lead by 44 points to 0. Toby Sexton then, who's had a pretty wretched night with the boot. It has to be said. Sexton then with the kick manages to sneak this one just inside. So it is Catalans Dragons 46, Oldham 0. So we've got about 19 minutes left here in the south of France. Don't forget we're back next Saturday, Sheffield away. Remember that game has been moved to Saturday. It is a 3 p.m. kickoff in South Yorkshire, and we'll be taking part where we'll be wearing odd socks as part of an initiative that Sheffield are running next Saturday as well. As fielded by PLT. Here is Romain Navarrete from the back fence, and poof, Ryan Lannon felt that. As PLT tries to jump from dummy half, gets no change though, gets the ball out of the back door to Josh Allen. It's Leeming waits at dummy half. Here's Navarrete again with the carry, and Navarrete has tried to offload and lost it, and Oldham will get decent field position. Ball's been ripped out again, and a penalty this time from James Vella because it was more than one player in the tackle. And that wins a little bit too much here, so Oldham, what are they going to do? Josh Drinkwater is going to go for touch, and he will find touch directly below us. And they'll start 35 away from the line. Will Oldham with Ryan Lannon. Come on, boys, let's get a try. This Gaia waits at dummy half. Gaia goes out, finds Drinkwater. Here's Riley Dean into the line, and Catalans' defence really, really quick, and Riley Dean's put to ground more or less where he collects the ball after trying to find a gap as Gaia waits at dummy half. Comes to the right hand side, and Milner. Oldham have had their chances as Gaia then gets it to Drinkwater. Morgan Smith, Riley Dean. Here's Ben Davies down that left hand side. As Gaia at dummy half. Drinkwater to Wildy. Wildy gets it to Morgan Smith, goes short for Ryan Lannon, and Lannon is collected more or less man and ball. It's Gaia at dummy half. On the switch, Smith with the crossfield kick looking for Bibby. Jump ball, it's been put down, it's gone backwards, says James Vella. And it's Guillermo Aspiro Bichet who comes up with it. Here is Lenny Marc in off the wing. There's Catalans then with Leeming at dummy half. Josh Allen with the carry this time. And Leeming waits at dummy half again. Goes to that right hand side as Sexton tries to get up the middle. And he's put to ground 10 short of halfway. It's Leeming at dummy half. Goes to the right hand side. He passes this time Navarrete to Sexton. Here's Staines into the line as Bureau Bichet gets it to Lenny Marc down that far side. Marc puts the kick in too far, and Riley Dean collects easily, and Riley Dean can't get away from PLT as Oldham look to make another change as Nisbet at dummy half goes on his own. Ted Chapelhouse is on his way back. I think that is Ryan Lannon this time as Jake Bibby in off the wing with the carry. Gaia waits at dummy half, goes on his own, Cole Dyer, trying to draw a penalty, but the markers had managed to get themselves square. I make it 15 and a bit minutes left. Even make it 15 minutes left exactly. It's Chapelhouse with the carry this time. Gets 5 short of halfway. Last tackle, says James Vella. It's with Morgan Smith, and Smith keeps the kick low, looks to find the grass, splits Charlie Staines and Lenny Marc, and Staines says to Lenny Marc, "You have a go, son," on that far side. And he's put to ground just beyond the 20 as Sexton jumps into dummy half. As Catalan look to bring it away now with Darrelatour, just to give the forwards a breather. Leeming waits at dummy half. Almost a break, but they've managed to hang on. As the offload finds Leeming. Here is Sexton. Sexton double pumps and goes. We're coming back for a penalty, I think, here. No, we're not. As Leeming waits at dummy half. Gets it to Josh Allen. And Allen's wrapped up on the 30-metre line. Last tackle for the Catalans Dragons as Leeming gets it to Sexton. Sexton puts a high kick. Tester here. And it's easily taken by Riley Dean. Dean tries to get away from the first defender but can't, and he's wrapped up by Navarrete. 12 away from his line. Catalans Dragons 46, Oldham 0. If you are just joining us, if you've been fooled by the BBC saying it was a 6:30 p.m. kickoff, yeah, that was the kickoff time in France. It's just coming up to 8 o'clock local here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus as Cole Gaia gets into dummy half. To Wildy. Oldham looking to play from deep with Morgan Smith to Riley Dean. Here is Ben O'Keefe, and Ben O'Keefe spins away, just can't get it to Tom Nisbet on that right hand side as Nisbet waits at dummy half. To Jaron Purcell. As Cole Gaia waits at dummy half on the last tackle, gets it back to Drinkwater. High, spiralling, towering kick again from Drinkwater, but Charlie Staines has been pretty solid under that ball and runs it back straight, and Nisbet and Gaia bring him to ground. It's PLT waits at dummy half. Goes to that right hand side, and it's Darrelatour who's in off the wing to help out. gets a couple short of halfway as Leeming goes to the right hand side with Laguerre. Leeming at dummy half to Sexton as Sexton goes short to Josh Allen. Good tackle, great tackle, Jaron Purcell. As Leeming at dummy half to PLT out the back to Charlie Staines, and Staines puts one fend on, two fends on, flings it back in field to Allen, and Allen gets it to Leeming, quick hands to Sexton. Sexton to Ben Condon, and Condon's got it to Sexton. Sexton with the dummy, and Sexton's going to get the try, and Catalan bring up 50 points, and it's Toby Sexton who gets the try. Great work, great hands from the Catalan Dragons, just wouldn't let the ball die. 11 minutes left here, and Toby Sexton gets another try for Catalan Dragons, and they lead by 50 points to nil. 10th try of the night for the home side. So, change of kicker. Guillermo Aspirobiche to have a go this time. Toby Sexton's felt missing, to be fair. As Aspirobiche then with the kick has stuck the flags up here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. It is Catalan Dragons 52, Oldham 0.
Réalisé pour le numéro 24, parrainé par Darrelatour et le groupe Monroze, Laulu-Togaga'e.
As Josh Drinkwater gets us back underway here in the south of France. You've missed nothing. We're inside the last 10 minutes. 9 minutes to go here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. It looks like Catalan Dragons will be joining Wakefield and Wigan, York, Warrington, Hull KR, Lee in the next round of the Challenge Cup. The other game that's on at the moment is at half time at the Wombo Stadium, where St Helens lead Castleford by 16 points to nil. So it's a long way back for the Castleford Tigers there, as PLT gets it to Charlie Staines. Staines with a poor pass, and it's been put down by Mathieu Laguerre, and Oldham will get a chance then inside the Catalan half. Can they put a notch on the scoreboard here in the south of France this evening? So we'll pack this scrum on the 40-metre line in centre field. Smith feeds. Gaia from the base comes to the side with 2, and Ben O'Keefe. Gaia waits at dummy half as Jaron Purcell gets it up away. And Oldham are 30 out in centre field. It was Milner with the carry. There was Ched Chapelhouse with the carry that time as they go to the left-hand side. Here's Riley Dean, and no change for Riley Dean as Gaia scoots out a dummy half, but he's hunted down. It's Wildy now at dummy half. Comes to the right to Milner. Here's Smith. Drops it off to Jaron Purcell, and Jaron Purcell's just going across the face. Gets it to Davis. Oldham need to straighten up. They need to go north to south instead of east to west at the moment. On a bitterly cold evening here as Drinkwater then on the last tackle, crossfield kick. Can Oldham get something out of it? It's been put up and lost backwards, and penalty this time to the Catalans. Dragons ruled that been taken in the air as everybody comes running on. 6.5 minutes left here in the south of France. Castleford trail by 16 points to 0. David Lunn, who's asked that question. We're at time off with 6:26 left here in the game. Not quite sure who's down. Very funny version of We Will Rock You going around the stadium at the moment, and the Olays just about not picking up any injuries, of course. Next Saturday afternoon, Sheffield away. Doesn't look too good. Roman Navarrette's on his way back out. Sorry about that, just needed to sneeze. It is Leo Darrelatour who is down for the Catalans Dragons. So we are at time off at the moment. You aren't missing a right lot. Oldham 30-0 down at half time. Lenny Marc with a hat-trick. And then there's been further tries from Charlie Staines, Leo Darrelatour, PLT, Zach Lipowicz, Toby Sexton got the last one, Chris Satae and Cruz Leeming as well. So just to recap on the weekend in this Challenge Cup then, Wakefield 24 leads 14 at the DIY Kitchen Stadium last night. At the Brick Community Stadium, Wigan 30, Bradford 6, and by a strange quirk, Wigan Athletic have played Bradford City in League One this afternoon as well, and that's gone the way of Wigan as well. York 56, Keighley 10, Gould 10, Warrington 78, Huddersfield 12, Hull KR 52, Lee 16, Hull FC 6, and as we've mentioned, they've just started the second half at the Wombo Stadium, where Castleford trail St Helens by 16 points to 0. So 6:26 left here. Catalans 52 points to 0 ahead. Let's hope that Leo Darrelatour is okay as we get back underway with the penalty. And Catalans will start 25 away from their own line. Here's Solomon Fatali. Leeming at dummy half. Alex Da Costa went off early doors, hasn't returned as Roman Navarrete with the carry. So Leeming waits at dummy half. Comes to this left hand side and PLT to Laguerre. And Laguerre's lost it in the tackle. And Oldham will get a scrum just short of halfway. Another chance then to try and get some points on the board here in the south of France this afternoon. Guillermo Aspiro-Biche has got the local sponsors man of the match. I'm not surprised, to be honest. Those 3 tries he set up in the first half, a couple of those passes were worth the admission. Yeah, sorry about the sneeze. And Oldham then, from the base of the scrum then, move it to the left. As Guy waits at dummy half. Oh, somebody's got up limping there. It's Davis who's got up limping. Hopefully not too bad. There's Guy at dummy half. He looks okay, does Ben Davis. As Guy sneaks up the short side. Cole Guy gets away from the first tackle, not the second one though. As Davis seems to be okay, gets to dummy half, gets it to Drinkwater. Here's Milner. Milner looks to go on his own. And he's put to ground just short of the 20, and Milner's dropped it. Penalty. And Oldham will get another set of 6 from just outside the Catalans 20. Here's Oldham then with Chapelhow. Here's the chance, offload. Oh, it's gone to a Catalan player. It's gone to Cruz Leeming. It was Adam Milner with the offload, second tackle, and the chance has gone for Oldham, as Catalans then just looking to clear their own line with Aspiro Bichir this time. It's Leeming waits at dummy half. Ben Condon this time. It's Leeming waits at dummy half. Comes to the left hand side to PLT. And PLT with the feet. PLT's got away. PLT with a break. Chance here for Catalans to finish things off. Charlie Staines looking for a second try, and Charlie Staines weaves round, and Charlie Staines picks up a second try of the game. But that's come from the magic of PLT. We've seen it for the last 2 years at Oldham, just how good PLT can be when he gets a little bit of space. And he breaks away, and Charlie Staines gets the try, and Catalans lead by 56 points to 0 as we come up to 3 minutes left here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Yeah, it is a bitterly cold evening here down in the south of France. Don't be fooled when you come down here in February or in March. In early March it can be really, really, really cold. Previous trips for me personally, I've been warmer in February than March. The March one I went to is the coldest one of the coldest I've ever been at a rugby game. It's absolutely horrible. As Aspiro Bichir then still has the kicking duties. He's done a little bit better than Toby Sexton, to be fair. He's 1 from 1. Sexton's missed loads. It's a good job he has as well. As Oldham have conceded 11 tries. Here is Aspiro Bichir with the kick, and he has put the flags up here. So as we count down 2 minutes to go here, Catalans Dragons lead by 58 points to 0. We are at time off now with 1:49 left. We're in the last 5 minutes, aren't we? So we go into protocol. So Josh Drinkwater gets us underway. Hopefully we're going to get the ball back to have another chance. And for the second time tonight, Catalans Dragons have made an error at the kickoff, and it's going to be a goal line dropout. So here we go. Hopefully they don't go short and get it back. We're going to get a chance at getting some points. A try for all these fans that have made the way. Great to see so many faces here supporting the boys tonight. It's not been our night, but Aspiro Bichir goes short. Need to get a claim on this, and it's been knocked backwards and been flung inside. Here we go. Chance. They're in. Try. Is he going to give it? No, he's given a knock on. Where's the knock on? There's been no knock on from an Oldham player. He's ruled on, he's knocked on over the line. Oh, dearie me. 45 seconds to go. Oldham over the line, but James Vella has ruled a knock on, and I don't know where he's seen it. As an esteemed colleague at Castleford would say, I can't spare. 30 seconds to go here in the south of France for this Challenge Cup tie. Thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. Don't forget, we're back next Saturday from Sheffield. Well, one of the coldest ever away games. I have been at Shennings on a cold winter's day, but yeah, it was really cold. And didn't appropriately dress. So this is the last play of the game. Ball's been put down. Matty Wildy will collect, and that will be it. James Vella will blow full time, and Oldham are out of the Betfred Challenge Cup after a 58 points to 0 defeat here at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. It's not been our night.